that drives for Uber and Lyft. Joe currently uses multiple phones to efficiently drive for Uber and Lyft. But this can be a pain at times and very unsafe. That was until Joe found MAXYMO, the rideshare app that automates Uber and Lyft ride requests. MAXYMO will use the filters set by Joe, like time, distance, and passenger rating, to determine which rides are best suited for Joe. When a ride request comes in, Joe doesn't need to worry. MAXYMO will automatically accept the ride request that matches his filters, and then turn off the app that isn't currently on a ride. Once Joe finishes the ride, MAXYMO will turn everything back on. This will allow Joe to focus more on his passengers and driving safe.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Real quick shout out to the chat. Who's in here already? So what's up, Mandy? What's up, Slavic? What's up, Bud Soda? What's up, Crispy? What's up, Rideshare Lisa? And of course, I want to thank the Dashing Grandpa for being here tonight.
Howdy.
Yeah. I know that, a couple times I've hit you up and it's not been that we didn't do it. It just was like, hey, we should do this sometime. We should do this. And all of a sudden we just kind of made this happen. I'm glad about that. And I'm glad for the timing because first and foremost, so I looked it up. Your first video was June 8th, 2021, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so
you're Grandpa.
Yeah, right. On your channel.
Right.
Well, if you have multiple channels, yes, your Dashing Grandpa channel. So but not so we're just about almost exactly 10 months since you started it. And you not only crossed the 1,000 marker, which is huge. We all know that. Congratulations. But like most people, once you crossed over it, you kind of you're still seeing that increase pretty quick. And I think that happens to a lot. You crawl up there at the end. Yeah. I've seen this happen to a lot. And then once you cross it, for some reason, you must all of a sudden you're being exposed to a whole new group of people because you seem to go up 150 or 100 here and there just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So, some more power to you, and I congratulations.
I had help getting there. Pedro helped me out a bunch, and different YouTubers and reviewers.
But without you creating content and as much as you did, and this isn't a mean thing. I'm good friends with Pedro, but that he probably wouldn't have done that. If you had only put out 4 or 5 videos. Weren't really doing it, he's, Pedro's a friend to all of us. So he's gonna help you out, especially once he sees you busting it. And I didn't see the total count, but I saw you have a lot of videos up.
Yeah, there's quite a few. I was doing them every day there for a while, but it just kind of gets to the point where you have to enjoy doing it. You can't just make it like a job. I mean, it is a job, but you have to enjoy it to make it worth it.
I agree. I mean, I do the podcast. I do the YouTube channel. I do the radio show that I do. And, and it's, I do them all because I love them. It's if I didn't love them, there are other things I could be doing.
All right.
But I do. And I love the community. And I don't know. I feel like I have a lot to add to it. And, I don't know. So can you tell us a little bit about you, where you live, any history before the gig economy that you want to share, that maybe kind of brings into light anything?
Well, I'm in Wichita Falls, Texas. Mm-hmm. Been here all my life, except for about a summer. I was in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Okay.
Learned how to be a bricklayer helper.
like a point tuck guy.
Yeah, lifting the bricks up.
Yeah.
But and then I have 2 kids and a bunch of grandkids. 5 by blood.
It's crazy. Most of the people I know from Texas don't ever leave. Unlike most states, you guys vacation and a lot of you, I live in Colorado. A lot of you come here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and we see you in batches around spring break. I know you guys love it here. you know, but you guys don't, I know a lot of people in Texas and they don't really, even those that leave to try and accomplish something, unless they go huge and like have a blockbuster movie or something, let's say,
Right.
they seem to gravitate back. I mean, like, I'm from Michigan, born and raised. I'm proud of that state. I love it. I've spent half my life here, half my life there. But Colorado's, I mean, I love Colorado too, but like this probably wouldn't play out with somebody from Texas. They would have gone back.
Yeah, my son just moved back to Utah.
Okay.
So he liked it up there. So,
yeah.
And, you know, I told him, I said, I understand. You know, I didn't want to see him go, but, you know, you got to spread your wings and see what's out there.
So what is the of the biggest markets in Texas, which one is closest to you and where you are?
The biggest one would be
like the
Dallas.
metros, out of the Dallas, Houston,
the Dallas
Austin.
would be the closest.
Okay, is it close, or are you?
It's about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes.
Okay,
but I was down there outside of Dallas, outside of Fort Worth and Weatherford, Texas. And I turned on DoorDash just to kind of get a feel for that area. And it was about the same thing. You know,
yeah.
They're a little wealthier town because a lot of people that work in Fort Worth move outside of the city.
Right.
And, you know, I thought it might be a little better, but it's about the same there. Now, other parts of the Dallas area might be better.
Right.
But I want to try it.
Yeah.
Be some videos.
I would imagine it's one of those markets that's just, and I actually kind of already know this. It's very oversaturated because the radio show I do on Friday nights is a call-in show actually, and we do it with a radio station out of Houston that's for truck drivers. So we get pretty familiar with the oversaturation and all this because a lot of truck drivers part-time gig work on the weekends and stuff. Or around the holidays, or they'll just take a break, take a couple weeks off to be around the family, but still need to work. So they kind of like 20, you know, they might like work a full week or work a couple 15-hour weeks, whatever. But they come on, they call on and ask pretty simple questions usually, but we love to have them and we just end up chit-chatting. It's more of like a chill variety show where we're there to answer questions if you want.
Yeah.
It's a handful of it. It's fun. But okay, so I want to know, so you're one of those people that you've worked a lot of the apps. So on the apps you have current right now that you would work or that you might turn on any given day, how many apps are you currently circulating? And as a bonus question, could you put them in order of your favorite to your least favorite?
I think I've got, without looking, I would say 7 or 8 apps. And probably number one would be Uber Eats, then Grubhub. It was Bite Squad, but the Bite Squad apparently has been bought out by Waiter, or if they've done away with Bite Squad. It's WAITR. And probably DoorDash would be about 4th. And then I've got, actually, Spark.
There you
Spark
go.
I
was kind of wondering why you hadn't said that yet. So, because I've seen your videos on Spark, and I'm kind of curious. We're going to go there in a minute. So,
yeah, it's in this area, it's a little more profitable than the rest of them.
And I know that areas change. Yours might stay profitable for a long time.
Yeah,
but then it might it seems it's the same old pattern. It's just Walmart doing the same old pattern as the apps. And I know some markets that have already died out, but I know some markets where it's still just raging. It's
doing pretty well here. And we have one of our Walmarts. I think I did a short video on it the other day, just kind of a news read. It's going to be part distribution center and then part retail.
I thought you were talking about the one that I just saw today where you were you're banned from one or something?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, it was banned from the delivery. I got blacklisted.
Okay.
But that was, after talking to the managers, that was a misunderstanding with one of their people that loaded. They thought I refused to deliver to a location. And that wasn't the case. I said I didn't want to sit out in front of the people's house and call support.
That's,
'Cause,
you know, that's
it-
pretty cool. That's pretty cool, though. I got to say that you were able, no matter how it turned out, that's pretty cool that you were able to find out exactly what happened, where the mistake was had, why it happened, why you were deactivated.
Right.
Because we know on most platforms, it's just you're deactivated. And if you call them, and I mean, most of the time they tell you that you'll get emails or just watch your email. And if you don't get anything, you don't. There's no recourse. There's nothing you can do.
Right.
You can just wait till they don't contact you or put you back on.
Yeah. This was just from that one particular Walmart. So
Right. Oh, okay. Well,
but
I
yeah.
thought maybe the Spark app could somehow
No,
let you
it was
inquire into it too, or
the support at Spark didn't know anything about it. Individual stores can ban different drivers at whatever they decide to do, and Spark has no say-so on it.
right.
So if you upset the supervisor at one particular Walmart, you're probably not going to get any more orders from that Walmart.
Yeah, actually, that's what my friend Jason Brantley had said, or Jason Thierry up in Michigan, who does the Gig Economy podcast. He was really big into Spark too, and he told me the same thing. He was just like, he's like, man, as long as you just go and crush it, you know, you can make good money. And then all of a sudden, he was still doing his thing and doing good work, but he was just like, now I just can't crush it anymore. I'm like, it happens, man. You know, he's in Grand Rapids. I don't know how quickly they saturated that market up is my guess. I'm not really sure, but I have seen a lot of videos that seem like you're kind of, you know, you're saying good things about Spark, and that's kind of one of the things on my radar, because a lot of people talk about Spark, a lot of people talk about Corner Shop, which are both apps I have not used myself. So yeah.
Are we here?
Oh yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I was buffering, so I wasn't sure if it was on this end or on that end, or
Oh no, it should be. Yeah, I've got a solid signal here. So let me.
oh, it may be here.
Yeah.
I hope not, but
Okay. So now we're back. Okay. I just gave it a refresh. It should be solid. But yeah, I wanted to also ask you, because I saw recently, if you were able to see the ad when the video started. So Middleton Technologies sponsors my podcast, and which is MAXYMO and DUH. And I saw you had tried MAXYMO.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've also tried DUH, but what do you think about the MAXYMO app?
I think it's an excellent app. I
Okay.
really enjoying it.
Yeah. Is it helping you? Is it, somebody put the question to me, are you able, you know, and it's so hard, but are you able to see like what dollar difference you can make? I mean, the test would be to work a week or two without it, work that same schedule, then add it in on that same schedule on another week and see if you did better. And even that wouldn't be exact, but it would be good. Are you seeing an increase in earnings too, or just stress of not having to look at every order?
Well, a lot of it's a stress, but the earnings is a little bit because you're not jumping on a smaller order, you know, because if you get a smaller order, and I hate to unassign orders, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And if it's in the same direction and kind of going the same direction, I'll take whatever, Grubhub or Uber Eats, whichever one or both of them, as long as they're going the same way.
Yeah.
But
But I mean, like, you've obviously seen in have you ever tried the UH as well or not?
I installed it, but I don't know that it is much beneficial for me.
Oh, really?
And it may be something that I'm doing. I may not be doing it right.
Because I'm guessing you don't do rideshare, right? You don't do any rideshare.
I've done a couple, but we have a military base here, and if I was going to do it more often, it would probably just be on Friday and Saturday because that's when most of the military are running.
But the MAXYMO app for you is more for Grubhub and Uber Eats. But yeah, so I mean, it's strange you say that because most people I know are the other way. They don't even know about the MAXYMO app, and they love DUH. And Gary Middleton, who makes those apps, is in here right now too. So
right, I saw him. There you go.
Yeah.
So I watched him in UDM. I think about 2 weeks ago or so.
Yeah,
he was on UDM's channel, and I watched that. And I'd never heard of that app, and I thought I'm going to give it a try. And
yeah,
it's definitely worth it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
You know, I've never heard. It's just you are the first person to ever tell me that you use the MAXYMO and not the DUH though. Usually it's the other way around.
Well, I don't know if I use DoorDash more, but
okay.
I don't get on DoorDash a whole lot because I am definitely not a top dasher. And in this area, it's so oversaturated that it's all in the timing. You get it just right to be able to work. Because usually you can get scheduled, and it'll be scheduled for another town that's an hour away.
So on that point, is it that much better on Grubhub and Uber Eats?
Yeah, here it really is, because you have some of the lower orders on Uber Eats, like $6 and $7, but there's a lot of $2.50 and $3 orders on DoorDash.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And there's so many young people are running it, and I don't think they really understand how much gas they're using to make that $3.
No, it takes some people a while to figure out the losses that they're taking.
Yeah.
When they think they're earning too, you know what I mean? Like
right.
I know a lot of people who think they're earning. I mean, I've been doing this since 2014. I've got 29,000 ride shares in, and then a bunch of other gig app work. But I talk to people all the time, and they're like, well, I mean, if you make this much, and it seems like even the smart people that I know who come into this, right off the bat, forget that they need to take out expenses and things and figure in like, maybe that happened to me too. I can't really remember. I can't see that it would, because that's not my style, but maybe I just started like the first night or two to give it a try and not thinking about that kind of stuff. But then it came into play. I mean, how can you not figure in, even just thinking about upkeep? Like when you're doing rideshare, that's hundreds of thousands of miles. I mean, you're gonna have things happen. That aren't even your fault. Things just break down over time.
Right.
And so, I mean, a lot of people just don't come into this really realizing their earnings for a while. I think so.
It sounds good, but when you get to writing it down, you're like, oh, it's not as much as I thought.
Right. Or, like how often are how often are you working? Are you working just days? Are you trying to make extra money based on what people have told you they make hourly, but doing it from, at the worst times to be doing it? And maybe you're not you don't understand that with that comes giving up a lot of things in life, like some weekends, some of the times that events, things that you might want to be doing instead.
Right. It's definitely not banker hours.
No. In fact, I've been in the bar industry forever, and it reminds me a lot of that. I mean, I got away from the late night calls of cars because I have a 15-year-old son, but it's you got to put in long, hard hours into gig work to make it really pay off. I mean, you can get by with working a full 45-ish hours a week. You can get by kind of thing. And like the cost of living here is very expensive in Denver, but I can get by on that. Everybody could probably get by in their market somewhat equally to that. But if you want to do well and put some money away, you got to put in 60, 65. You got to be not quite a Bud Soda, but you got to be putting in the hours.
Yeah, I think he's might have some good medication.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't think I could keep up with him. I don't
No,
know if I'd want to though.
no.
I might be a good passenger. That way I could lay that seat back and take a nap here and there.
Yeah, here's something from Gary. So knowing your market will help you not have to work 50 plus hours a week as well. Knowing your market and apps and also having your app, man. You could say it. You could say it. We all know it in here. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody in here is a gig worker, it looks like. So
anybody hadn't tried that app, they ought to.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My guess is, and people, you can put this in the chat too. If you've used DUH, put it in the, if you've put it in the chat. And then if you've used DUH and MAXYMO, put both in the chat. Or if you've just used MAXYMO, put that in the chat. I'm just kind of curious here because I think that more people will have just used the DUH because Gary and I have talked about this and people need to be on the MAXYMO one too. But okay, so I want to go. I was looking at your YouTube page today and I went to your about and I'll paraphrase the first part. So you're basically, like about on YouTube, I'm talking about like about his channel, why he's kind of here. So you are here to talk about gig apps and that you find to be viable sources of income. But the sentence that follows it way more interested me. This is more of an entertainment, motivational, self-awareness, self-help, and a bit of mental health discussions.
Oh yeah.
So is there some background with you in that stuff or?
Well, we have a mental state hospital here, and I worked out there for about 7 years. And then, just being around people as long as I have, you see the stresses of jobs and different things that affect people differently, and everybody's different. And most people just need to relax and have somebody to listen to them.
Yeah. So. I know. So, I mean, do you find yourself talking? Do you find, because you don't ever do live streams, right?
This is the first time I've ever done a live stream.
Okay.
The closest was a phone call with Pedro. That's the closest.
Okay. Good to know. I mean, well, it's, because with those kind of comments, I would think you would do live stream because a lot of people in this industry,
Well, I may do it. You may be breaking me through the ice right here.
All right. If I did that tonight, man, I feel great. I'm going to take a minute to shout out to everybody because it looks like a lot of people have come in. So I want to see who's here. All right. Mandy, Slavic. What's up, Bud Soda? Crispy, Lisa, Rodney, Gary Middleton, Pull My Gig, Bruce Turner, what's up? Pedro, what's up? Cynthia, Slavic, I already said. Henry Smith, Vinsanity, Kim Side Money, of course, Drone, Xander, Universal Gigster. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people are in here. Rideshare Lisa. Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Roy will be Roy.
Oh, Roy. I think he would be a trip to hang out with.
Yeah. I've actually had Roy on the podcast a couple times.
I've watched a couple. I watch stuff. I just don't always comment.
Yeah. Driver Sensei, what's up? And that looks, is that John McCallion? What's up? Cynthia Hale. Hi, Nico. Oh, Mr. Flex, what's going on? Marion, hi. How are you? Okay, I think I caught up. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I was just scrolling through it quick. So okay, wait, what is Byte Squad, or what was Byte Squad again?
It's just another app that in this area mainly does like the military base. I guess they have a contract with them because like with Uber and DoorDash, you can't go on base.
But it's by the name of it, it's food.
Yes. Yeah. It's
not rides
just like
or anything.
Uber Eats. No, it's just food. They do individual, regular customers, but they're contracted with a base too.
Okay. It looks like I need to
Okay.
put this up because yes, I did miss you because I'm not quite sure how to say that. I'm gonna be honest. I gotta call you GP here for a minute till I have a minute to see that. I don't have my glasses on.
Piazzi.
Piazzi, I can call you that. Is that okay? Is that right? Give me a thumbs up if it is, and otherwise I will figure it out though. Oh, here I'll also give you. I've seen you in here before, so I'll give you a mod handle, unless I wasn't supposed to, and then somebody else in here can let me know that. So I don't. You've never tried the Para app?
Yeah, I installed it for a little while, and then I uninstalled it.
Okay.
It didn't really make much difference because on the orders that I take, I'll either take them or I won't. I mean, if they've got a hidden tip, that's just a bonus.
Do you find that in your market, you're having that you decline as many as other people you hear talking about decline in their market, or you pretty much grab a lot of them?
I decline a lot.
You do. I mean, everybody does. I'm always curious about different markets, and I don't know. I didn't have time to look it up, but like the size of your city, like what is the population of your city?
About 100,000.
Okay.
It's counting a couple of smaller towns right outside of Wichita Falls, but
Right.
they're all within the same market.
Right. Okay.
So give or take 100,000.
Okay.
Lots of restaurants.
So, I always, do you have and I don't know if you can share this. If you can't, you can't. Do you have a par that you set on either by week, amount of hours, or hourly, or do you have a system that works for you on how you like to get paid? And if you don't see that, you have to pivot, modify something.
Yeah, well, I just generally try to shoot for around 125, 140 a day.
Okay.
And there may be things going on one day that you only make half that, and then I'll work extra, an extra hour or two on the next.
So if you get to 150 and like way quicker than normal on a day, do you keep working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you never know what tomorrow's going to be.
So you kind of have a schedule. You kind of know when you'll be out working for the day.
Pretty much every day.
Yeah.
But
so
it's a lot better than sitting home doing nothing.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's earning
That's what I say. Just keep doing something because you're going to grow old if you don't.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. People still call me crazy for saying that I prefer rideshare to delivering food. I do. It's that part of me that misses the bar industry, and I miss the interactions.
Yeah. Well, when even at the state hospital, I worked there, you have so much interaction and different stories and talk to different people and different cultures, and you find out things, and you actually might run across. We actually had a couple of people that was like Olympic weightlifter from years ago, female weightlifter. That was interesting to hear some of her stories. We had a NFL football player, so it's just interesting to see because everybody's got a background.
Oh yeah.
Good or bad, but it takes the bad to make the good.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've learned about the backgrounds of so many people in here. In this chat, even and I love it. I mean, they're all, we are all characters, I gotta say. Every one of us, I gotta say, like we all have our ways.
Just always be open-minded.
So are there apps that you've worked that you don't like anymore, that you don't even count in the ones? Have you ever tried like Curry or any of those kind of little more reaching out apps?
Yeah, we don't have that one. We have like Instacart and Favor. I tried Instacart and I probably did like 4 batches and decided that wasn't for me. It just takes a lot of time.
Wait, what is the zip code in your area?
76308 is the biggest one.
They have curry.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. You should sign up because you'll get on a waiting list.
Oh,
And
well,
I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's my primary app these days.
I did sign up for one. I'll have to look. Point pickup. I don't know exactly what it is. I think they pick up for like Walmart and places, but I'm signed up, but I'm on a waiting list. I don't know if it's actually here or they just let me sign up. I don't know.
Yep. By the way, when I was shouting out hellos, I missed Hannibal. I know because I saw him come in earlier, and Driven Dad, and I think maybe Thomas.
You got some big names in here.
Yeah. I don't know. If you've looked at my channel before, it's slow to grow. Like I told you, I did everything else first. Most people do YouTube first, then they move to a podcast or something. I just did it all backwards. So.
Diversity.
But, I talk to Gary all the time. He always Gary Middleton. He always sits in and so does Hannibal on the Thursday roundtable that we do. And we always talk about how I get more views than I have subscribers. I mean, finally that's not quite becoming true, but sometimes it is. And same as you. Like I did a live roundtable last Thursday with Atlanta Delivers from the United Kingdom. So we had to arrange the time, right? Because she was 8 hours ahead of Eastern time. We had people in Central time, me and Mountain. So it was tough, and it was a day one. And Pedro was able to join us for that. And it was right after one of his lives. And he really kind of brought a lot of people over who I've interviewed Pedro before. It was almost a 2-hour interview. And a few people came over, and this time a lot did. And I think that a lot of people are seeing how much different content I have up here. It's not just this or that. It's a lot of independent contractor stuff, knowing your rights. I've got interviews with CEOs and with ideas like people should be looking into Moves Financial and Buckle Insurance, and these are all great ideas. So I hope you guys are digging through those videos and find them because they're out there for you guys, man. But yeah, you don't have Corner Shop there? You've not tried it, or you don't want to?
No, I don't think we have it. I think Gig Mob does that a lot down there in Florida.
Right. Yeah.
I've watched her do some of those videos, and I would do it if they had it, but Wichita's about a year behind everybody on most things, and always has been.
Right.
You can go to Dallas and to go to the movies, and there'll be a new movie, and it'll be 6 months to 8 months before it gets here, and it's not that far. It's just a little bit.
I miss. Oh, here it was. I missed this. I know he means Roadie because I don't think that's the right spell.
Right, Roadie.
But so you were doing Roadie then?
Yeah, I always have that one running.
You do?
That one stays running 24/7 because they do medications at night,
right?
And those are some pretty good orders.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I know with Roadie, one thing that I've found talking to people across the country even is the problem of getting places in your vehicle not fitting the item often. like I have a buddy who drives in Boise, Idaho, and he drives a Prius, and Roadie sent him to Walmart or whatever to pick up a basketball hoop. He pulled up and he's like, he's looking at it. He's like, are you kidding me? He's like, and they're like, you're the 4th car that's been here that we've had to send away and ask for a new one. So that's weird to me. Like Roadie has the dimensions of a Prius. We all could. You just go to the website and look at the inner dimensions of a Prius. There you go. I mean, they should know what loads fit in what. And I hear this a lot, so it's weird.
Yeah, if you can go into the information on a lot of the orders, and you can get the weights and the dimensions of it, and and depending on the store, like we have a Tractor Supply here, and if something's 40 pounds, it's probably chicken feed or something.
Yep.
Because you can kind of measure it, but most of the stuff I pick up on Rodeo is Best Buy. And I mean it.
Yeah, I guess I hear that from everybody. Best Buy's big. Hi,
Yeah.
Ellen. How are you?
Ellen.
But yeah, so I'm surprised you've never even tried curry. You should try. Who knows? Maybe you're not a wait list. All these people in here, a lot of them are waitlisted. And I do a lot of curry promotions, so I was like, a lot of them are waitlisted because everywhere went that way. But even Gary Middleton looked them up. For like 2021, they were the best paying gig app of all platforms.
Well, I'm definitely going to look into that then.
Yeah, I mean the pay can be just outrageously high, so it's really good stuff. So this isn't so much you need to be doing this. Obviously, it helps you, but it's because of a big portion of it's boredom that you don't want to get bored.
Well, yeah, a lot of. I mean, it's. I wasn't going to make it a full-time income, but I can make as much doing this as what I did at the state hospital. I mean, it doesn't have benefits like out there,
right?
But you have the benefit of being able to work when you want to, as long as you can, pay your bills and live life and enjoy it. Because most people spend all their life working, and they get too old to enjoy stuff, then what's it worth?
Yeah, exactly.
You have to enjoy some of it.
Yeah, with me, you're preaching to the choir, because I tell this to other people. I say it on my podcast, and I literally, these people that, again, I know you're in here, Bud Soda, but I gotta use you as the example, because you're a hard worker, and I love that about you. But I gotta use you as the example. The other day, I was telling him that, we're about 15 years difference. I'm going to turn 50 here very soon. So we're about 15 years difference. And he's like, I just got to make that 100K. I got to do this. I got to work more. Got to work more. Got to work more when his numbers are down. And I'm like, man, if I could go 15 years back, without a doubt, I would much rather take 2 days off a week, make what I can. Things will come to you in good time, and not kill yourself at that age over this stuff.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
You got to have a life.
But I mean, I know that, he's up every time I see him. Again, I'm not picking on you, but you're always drinking a Monster. You're always drinking a Monster. And I'm not the only one. We all notice it. He's always drinking a Monster drink. It's like he keeps going. It's I really do respect a good work ethic. I think that a lot of people don't have it. I think he has it, and I think it's great. But I think that you would agree with me that there's no way that if you go back in time a little bit, that you'd be saying, "Gosh, I wish I had worked a little more." Right there,
Yeah.
You would want some of that as you get older. A little bit of that time back is gosh, I wish I hadn't crushed myself like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything seems to just kind of, as long as you're a hard worker with a good mindset, and you're stable, you're going to do fine in life. But you got to take some time down. I'm telling you, I watch everybody get burnt out all the time. Even myself. My son will tell me that I'm burnt out, and we have the mountains. So we go snowboarding, we go hiking, we do all the cool stuff, but he'll tell me I'm burnt out. He'll say you're getting burnt out. You're doing too much lately. That's what he'll say now that he's older.
Yeah. You have to slow down and enjoy it.
Yeah, I know. What he doesn't understand is that I've been, a dad 5 days a week, where he's with me since he was 1. So for 14 years, Man, these circles came from you, bro.
Oh, well, the gray hair.
Yeah, I got gray hair.
And the balding area back here.
Yeah.
Dude, my hair used to be long like Bud Soda's, you know, I had long hair, pretty hair.
Yeah.
But the more you work, the less you'll have of it.
Yeah, and I mean, and you just got to do it. I mean, mentally, like for me, that's why I brought up hiking or snowboarding, but hiking especially, like it doesn't just clear my head and it's exercise for 3 hours. It's like a full like a refresh.
Right. Yeah, I have another channel. It's Dirty Shoes Adventures, but that's a lot of what it is. It's fishing and camping and hiking, which with the pandemic and all that, it kind of put it on a halt. But I'm fixing to get back out there.
Yeah, cool. That's kind of stuff I love too. You know,
My gig has been talking about catching some bass down in his neck of the woods, and that's kind of giving me the fever. I'm ready to go.
It's funny that Roy's in here, or he was for at least for a bit. Roy's talking. Roy wants to do some because he likes hiking out in the desert, and he was saying he wanted to start doing some of his videos out in the desert, and I was like, that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
that could get weird quick.
There's some YouTubers out there.
Yeah, no, I hope he does. You know, I think it's a great idea.
There's some neat stuff to look at out there. I've never seen it personally, but on different YouTube channels, I've seen it.
Bud Soda, you know I love you. it's just
70s. Well, I got a few more years for that, but maybe you didn't stress him out like my kids stressed me out.
Maybe no, actually, even you can see it here, but I'm gray. I'm going gray.
Well, at least you still got some.
Yeah.
My dad went bald started going bald when he was a teenager, late teenager, early 20s.
Yeah.
So, you know.
But it goes, but you know, I gotta say, and here's the thing, like there's Bud Soda with a comment. So I'll add this, that it does, you know, people say this mantra sometimes of, you know, you're only as old as you think you are, kind of thing. And that with me is true. I feel like I'm in better shape than a lot of people 15 years younger than me because I hike, I mountain bike, I snowboard, and it's not easy. Do a lot of backcountry stuff, and it keeps me in shape, you know? So I feel like maybe that's not always fully true because you can't be 90 and feel like you're 15. That's just not a thing. However, you know, I think that I do feel like I'm in better shape. I even feel like I'm in better shape in the past 5 years than I was 10 years ago when I was working in the bars a lot more. I'll give it that. You know, like it's weird that I feel as I get older in better shape. So it happens.
Well, it seems like maybe you do things backwards, like the podcast to the YouTube. Now you're getting better shape the older you get, which is better.
Right. Maybe things, maybe when I turn 50, I'll start like going back in age or something.
Yeah.
And somewhere across the line with my son as he gets older. Yeah. Okay. So, where can, do you have any other, social platforms, or is it just YouTube?
It's just YouTube. I have a Dash and Grandpa, Facebook page, but I don't do a whole lot with it.
Yeah.
You know, between working and just doing the YouTube.
I just wanted to make sure because I always put everything in the show notes. So like, even if you have one, I'd put it in there. If something comes up, you never know.
It's there if anybody wants to look at it.
Okay. But it's primarily the YouTube. So all of you guys, I think all of you guys in here are already subscribed to him. In fact, I wonder if some of you are even subscribed to me, but I know you're subscribed to him.
As long as they get something out of it.
Yeah.
You know,
hey, it'll all, I know some people tell me that, that I'm subscribed to you, and they see me come up in their feed because they've watched a video and they like it and it comes up, and then they find out they're not subscribed and they'll tell me, they're like, I did look, I'm not subscribed. And they're like, you just keep coming up in my feed though. I'm like, well, if you like it and watch it, I'm going to come up regardless.
Yeah. Go ahead and subscribe.
Yeah, so please.
You need those watch hours, but it kind of helps you feel better when you have subscribers.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I know, but at the same time, we all gotta get there and earn it.
Right. Yeah.
You got to put in your time. You got to put in, I mean, Pedro and like Kim, who drop every day. That's a little bit different than like for me, but I've found a way to be like, which days I do what, because I do the audio podcast and then this. So I've just got like 3 days I do things. I know Pedro says, you drop every day, you can blow up, which I believe to be true, of course, but it's just not what I can do. I just can't. I don't have enough time in my life.
Well, you have to.
I've got enough ideas. I've got the content, but I just don't have enough time in my life.
Just have to balance it and make it enjoyable.
That's what I do.
Because if you don't enjoy it, then it'll show.
Oh yeah.
People will pick up on that.
Yeah. Yeah. People gravitate to the channels and who's behind them. That's for sure. Well, I want to thank you for coming on. I didn't ever share your real name, by the way, and probably most
Brandon.
people here know. Okay, I figured.
Brandon.
Yeah, because I forgot to ask you before if it was okay, because some people don't like their name being shared. Sometimes it's rare, but
I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm an open book.
I'm actually kind of curious to the other channel that you said. What is it? One more time.
Dirty Shoes Adventures.
Okay. I'll be able to go back in this video and watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I want to look that up because, I did a lot of fishing growing up in Michigan. I was we have a family land. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have family land right outside of right south of Manistee and then right off Lake Michigan. So we had Lake Onekama. We had a boat. We were always out. So
I've never got to go up there and fish, but someday.
It's pretty. It's pretty. I mean, I know you guys have it all too, but it's pretty amazing up there. Also,
just different kinds of fish.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Pull my gig. Put.
Oh, he put a link in there.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, guys, if you're interested in anything cool other than gig, like that kind of stuff, like me, I'm interested in it. Check it out. It's another channel he has going that you might not have even known about.
People have to have more than work. You have to have more in your life than just this.
Absolutely. I fully agree. And don't wait till you're either of our ages before you know that, people. Like, just know it now.
It'll get there quicker than you think.
Yep. And and you'll feel the same way when you get there as we do. So anyway, thank you, chat, for coming in. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank Dashing Grandpa. And
I appreciate it.
We will see you back here on Thursday for the roundtable, where it will be me, Slavic, Gary Middleton, Hannibal is Hungry, and we will have the CEO and CTO, David Pickerel, and Jeff from Para. And you will come in and you can ask them anything you want. Data security, anything you want. Because here's the thing, guys, after this, there's enough videos out there to go find out everything going on with Para. But after this, don't come with the questions. Come on Thursday and post them, and they will have to be answered. That's why I'm bringing the CTO too, not just David this time. I'm bringing the coder. So you guys want to know he's going to be there. So we'll see you on Thursday. And Dashing Grandpa, thank you again for being on the podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate it.